And congratulations on Anikulapo.
Indeed.
Releases this morning on Netflix.
Thank you very much.
Indeed. So, you're someone who has constantly reinvented yourself. With every movie that you do, we see something completely different from you, but never short of excellence. So I'd just like you to take us through your creative process because there's so many young filmmakers who are listening online and who are in the room and who want to understand the great mind of Kunle Afolayan. So we'll just like you to talk to us a little bit about your creative process.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Of course, this is not a government function, so we won't talk about protocol. But of course, I recognize everybody, my colleagues, both senior and junior, and all of that. I'm a bit slow this morning because I'm really exhausted. I After our premiere, I had to make sure I go back to Lagos late last night to just because of this. But thank you for inviting me up. Well, uh, thought process. I'm not even sure where to start because I'm not in charge or in control of myself or or how my brain functions. Um, I think there's someone or some spirit or the universe, whichever it is that controls. But all I know is I've been very intentional from the beginning, even before making my first film. When we're going to do Irakpada, of course, the journey started with being an actor. I featured in Tunde Kelani's film in 1998, Shawaride. And I got really close to TK. Yesterday, I was discussing with someone, and I, I couldn't but mention that some of the way. Yes, my father was a filmmaker, but he passed before I could even. I didn't know I was going to be a filmmaker when my father was alive. I was just, doing my thing. But when I joined, or when I did, it started 90s. My father passed 96. And then in 97, I saw what was happening in Nollywood, specifically around, production values. We were doing a lot of numbers, but, I was trying to compare to what the Ogunde and the Adelov and the Olabalogun were doing. And something said to me, you can be an intervention between where we're coming from and where we're heading. And and then I thought about, making a Irapada, which was my first film after the acting career with Tunde Kelani and the rest of them. And Irapada originally was meant to be a Yoruba film because at the time, it's either you were doing English speaking film, which was typically tagged Nollywood, or you were doing Yoruba film, which was tagged Yoruba film. And I said, I don't want to be called Yoruba filmmaker or Hausa filmmaker or Igbo filmmaker. I want to be seen and addressed as a filmmaker. And then we changed like the story. I didn't know anybody in Kaduna, but we shot predominantly in Kaduna, before even shooting in Ife and Lagos and all. Fast forward, then what I wanted to capture was one, to do a film that people will see as a Nigerian film and not Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Ibibi, or Bini film. That was the first thing. And how did it come? I thought maybe the spirit, this same spirit, put all of those in my head. Um, I like I like money, but I don't think I'm making money. I'm making film primarily because I want to make money. I'm sure everybody they'll say that guy he knows business or he likes. Can I be? Can I have more business ethics than Auntie Mo? No, I don't think so. She's the queen. Anything she wants, she gets. And I'm always saying that, I started making film before her, but she came, and then, she was uh, is it like a catalyst or a disruptor? Mejeji joined together. And she's done very well for us. So congratulations for all that you do. I think story is the first thing, like she rightly said, because this is what determines where your film gets or who the film will appeal to. Um, if you do a story that will only be that will only appeal to Nigerians, but you're trying to break into international market, there will be a lot of limitation. So from the beginning, from Irakbada to Figurine to October 1 to Phone Swap to Swallow to Anikulapo, um, even when we're doing film in non-indigenous language, we still infuse all of those cultural values that I feel is not only representing me, but representing the entire continent of Africa. So I think people should be mindful of that. So my thought process is first, what story are you trying to tell? Two, me, I'm not doing a film for now. People will consume and they will forget the film. No. And you can go and count. I'm sure if out of all the films I've done, a lot of people will remember minimum of five. And it's because I'm making a film for posterity. So they really should be mindful of that as well.
Indeed. Thank you very much. And that brings me on to my next question, because you've evolved from just making films to investing heavily in infrastructure development with Cap Village, Film Village. So can you talk to us about why you have made this investment and the gaps you're trying to fill with this investment? And lastly, the experience that he has taught you about Nollywood and the needs in terms of infrastructure. Thank you.
Okay, so that aspect of things started in Lagos in 2019. Just before COVID, we shot Citation. But before we went on location, there was a fund, a federal government fund called Nollywood Intervention by CBN, but domiciled in the commercial bank. So we accessed the fund because we pitched that we wanted to build a hub, a creative hub. And I think we accessed 150 million. It was loan. So don't think we are taking government money. So we accessed that, and then we got a property in Ikeja where Cap Hub is now. Then we outlined what we would like to achieve with that. My primary motive of creating that, or jumping on that, was to have a one-stop shop for creatives. And I don't mean just not just filmmakers. I mean musicians, poets, sculptors, everybody in the art space. And we built, whilst COVID was on, and the most said she already finished us, and then Katakata started. For us, while they were blocking people, we were trying to build. That was the time we were doing construction. And when it was ready, so right now in Lagos, we have a hub with cinema, 120-seater. We have the restaurant, Afefe, one of the best on the mainland, in Nigeria, actually. If you haven't been there, you're sitting on a long thing.
Pay for promotion.
Yes, so we'll pay. It's okay. It's part of art and film. Why did we start a restaurant? It was also because whenever we want to film, we engage caterers, and we thought, okay, if we could have like an ecosystem where I don't want to run everything, I don't want to blow my brain, but some of us are called to lead. Even when you have 1,000 people working for you, you still have to get involved, in what they do. So we have that. We have the Academy. Cap Film and Television Academy started 2018. And we have partnered, in fact, we've partnered mostly with international organizations like MasterCard Foundation, US Embassy, French Embassy, GIZ. But recently, last year, we did a residency program with the Oyo State government where we trained 165 young people, in Cap Village. Now, Cap Village, Cap Hub led to Cap Village. Anikulapo, we wanted to film in 2001. We needed a location that depicts Oyo, you know, 17th centuries. You cannot get that in Lagos. So I thought, let's move out to Oyo proper and see what we could get. So we got a look. We went to my mother's hometown because I grew up seeing this scenery that I think will fit what we're trying to create. Then the major challenge: no hotels, no one-star hotel in that place. So we felt, how are we gonna make this happen? Then we reach out to the people in the village. I have one aunt who has one hotel that is half being mustard in Markwe, but but we were there with like 5,000. No, sorry, about 600 cast and crew members, and we took that hotel and a lot of houses. And I remember that, and Shola Shobowale, Kunle, Bimbo and Anshola brought their bedsheet and cotton, everything from Lagos. Anshola brought a fridge, and we were all, I was living in the RV, and, we shot the film. And I said, this cannot be a one-off. How do we solve these problems? How do we have accommodation? How do we have this? How do we have that? And we started, and Netflix was happy with the film, and they said, oh, we thought you said you wanted to make a series originally. And I said, yes. So they commissioned the series. Now, from there, we said we needed to build our own accommodation, and we started. What we've built, or what we've done in Cap Village, has taken us, building this current structure we have, because right now we have about 92 rooms accommodation of different types and level. And we have the sets that are built, they are permanent structures, but can be molded to different kind of things. And this last year we've had PwC, we've had Lagos Business School, we've had people, a lot of big organizations from Lagos come to tour the sets, and then they leave at the resort. So it's not just a film set, it's a full resort where people can come from different part of the world. So I'm not doing this really primarily because it's been self-funded. Right, the entire thing has been self-funded. I know that a lot of people have reached out. In fact, my brother, Mr. Bolaji, we had a discussion. I said, "Do you want investment?" But me, I don't like to bite more than I can chew. So that's why I like to do it small, 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 and grow it. And don't forget that we have to continue to make film. So all of this side stuff, like the Cap Hub in Lagos and Cap Village, were created out of the necessity, to solve some of our major problems, of infrastructure, and all of that.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Kunle, and again, thanks a lot for being here. Kunle called me about 9 p.m. yesterday to say he's on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, coming in for this summit. So thank you very much. He was trying to guilt trip me, by the way, but still I appreciate it. I think my question is two things, really. Number one is that you don't do a lot of collaborations. And number two is that I know you don't like cinema.
Yeah.
So the question is that something that is going to change? Is there a reason why you haven't done a lot of collaborations in the past? And are you doing anything big for cinema soon, given the current landscape?
Okay. For cinema, you're totally wrong. Because I am one of the people who started all of this cinema gig. Even all this dancing, I started before anybody. And you can ask, I dance in London, even London. So it's not just local. And the likes of Kene are here, when I went hunting and I met the senior Kene and, Odeon Streatham, not even Greenwich that everybody is going now. And this was 2007, 2006, actually. And we did all the runs. But see, it's draining. When Netflix came, 2014, and they brought this platform that says, look, again, this is not just about money. When we put our films in cinema, we're only able to appeal and capture and show the film to the locals. We don't have platforms outside of Nigeria. So if you want to do anything in London, you go and pay Odeon. You go and invite your guest. You buy seats and all of that. But when Netflix came, Netflix said, look, we have international audience and you have the opportunity of presenting your work of art to the world. What more can be, that's like no brainer. But it didn't stop us from, we started the exclusivity. October 1 ran in cinemas. We started Netflix exclusive with Citation in 2019, and that's just like 6 years ago. And we've shot it, and they say, oh, let's make it original branding and all of that. All this original, you get level, different types. But people don't know, they will just say original. No. So they did it. And I saw what the film did. The people were calling you from, from India to say we're watching your film. It was great. And then the monetization was not bad. I didn't have to stress much because you cinema people can stress people, But I love you at the same time. I have a cinema now, So if I'm not a lover of cinema, there is no experience like watching a film in the cinema, But I got really busy with setting up infrastructure and trying to do things that I feel, the industry need. Not me. It's not money. But we need to help the younger generation, set things. And again, for posterity and legacy and my name. I'm trying to put things that, if and the most said she will be in Barbados, I'll be in Cap Village in in fact, I'm already relocating. I'll be there eating fresh food and all of that, and at the same time making film. So I'm coming back. I just need, when I saw the topic here, I'm like, one, I don't think I'm in best position to provide a solution or talk about the future because I don't understand it, to be honest. We created Capstream on YouTube. Go and check. I've put October 1. I put all the films, earlier films that we made. I put them there. People should go and watch. If we monetize, good. But at least it can be seen by everybody. I want to make a film. If you guarantee me that I don't have to dance to sell that film.
How like guarantee?
You and Kene, even Ladron, we've been trying to do things, but what are there other? We need to come up with other strategies. How do we sell without exhausting ourselves? I don't know how Funke and the likes of them are doing it, creating all of those kits every day, changing different costumes. I cannot. But I have stories. We have stories we've been working on for 3 days, and more than 4 years, and we're willing to do. Now collaboration. Yeah, I do collaboration, but I don't look, I'm not someone I don't make noise. Right? There are a lot of things I do that I don't have to put PR behind, because for me, it's not just about money. All right, because these are the things that I feel will stand the test of time, and they're going to stay, and people will remember them forever, and they're going to be tied to my name. I've done collaborations with people, with TK, but when it comes to cinema and producer collaboration, I'm sure Lado and I have spoken a few times. I'm sure I've spoken to, even you and I have spoken. Exactly. So, but we need to agree to terms. We need to, if people are tough, I want it. Is we. The cinemas, you must have, uh, and me, I know them, so it's easy. This time we'll fight. The next minute we settle. This minute we say, okay, well, how do we do? It's our industry. So I feel I want to do a lot. I was talking to Ibrahim yesterday, and he said, Kunle, I want to do a film. And I said, okay, how do you want us to do? He said, no, I want you to direct. And then And I said, no, I won't only direct. What we can do is to really cut down the heavy burden on you. We will provide all the equipment for the shoot, and that will be our equity, in the production. We can shoot it either at Afri Shatter, or we shoot at both locations. It really doesn't matter. So we have always been open to, and a lot of young people come to us, and we give them equipment to go and film. And some of them, their films have gone to festivals, in different part of the world. So
Yeah,
I'm opening
you
it
haven't
up.
given me equipment to film.
You and I, we've had that. Please, you rather. Anyway, but I just want to say we're very open. Golden Effects and Cap Motion Pictures is structured in a way that we cover almost every aspect of production. And if you have any idea, we just need to sit. We have all the equipment sitting there. Because these days people can't afford to do like big. If you put too much money in film, you won't make the money. Don't. If you do anything above 200, you are taking risk. 300 million is risk. If you make 200, if you make 2 billion, you might not get 300 million back. Because you would have this promotion, there's this, there's that.
That's not accurate, no. We can go into those numbers, but 300 on 2 billion is not.
It depends on what your stake, what you put, what if you have other.
What
and I'm
stake
saying
you have.
no. So I'm saying if you have like 3-4 producers on one show.
Okay, fair enough.
So you guys put money together.
Okay.
So even if you're given 500-600 million, what will come to you as a stakeholder? Will it be up to 100
So
or
that
one?
then depends on what your stake.
So I'm just saying, just be careful. Don't bite more than you can chew. You can start small. YouTube is amazing for people who are doing YouTube. They know the algorithm. They know how to get the figures. They know how to make their money back. It's great. Film One, they have a platform now, and Mo has a platform now. I don't know, because it takes so much to even build the platform. It takes so much to now create content. Because people will come, watch your content in 2 days. Then they will go away. So you can't compete with Netflix. You can't compete with Prime. You can't compete with YouTube. So we need to collaborate. I remember one day she called me and she said, Kunle, well, I know that we fight and maybe you don't like me, but let's do business. And that was how she put it. She said, look, we can all create content and put on. And this was years back, me on my way, Eroti. It was a long time ago. So we've all been trying to, so collaboration, I'm very open. So if you want to make your next film, if you don't use Golden Effect, then there's going to be a problem, right? And Ladu and all of you, we're open to collaboration. We have equipment. It will be our stake, and then we see other areas to collaborate. Thank you.
I think that deserves a round of applause.
Plus, indeed. I think you just mentioned YouTube, so I'm going to go back to that. You were quoted recently in a publication saying that YouTube is the future of Nollywood. It's a very bold statement, indeed. Can you explain what you meant by that? And how do you see YouTube fitting into the distribution ecosystem alongside cinemas and traditional streaming platforms?
Well, Dela, I want to quote Kenya because that was not what I said. I can't say YouTube is the future. I am one of the second generation pioneers of filmmaking in this country. And YouTube is just one of those distribution platforms. It was an interview with channels. And part of what I said was it gives people, there's no barrier, no gatekeeper between you and this distribution platform. All you need to do is open your channel, put your content. What you make is what you make. So for a lot of people who cannot get to cinema, who cannot get to Netflix, who cannot get to Prime, a lot of young filmmakers, that is the way to go. Because, it's the future, really. But for some of us that we still want to take our film international, even that international thing, I'm even tired. I'm very tired. yesterday I was discussing my father's shadow. And I remember the kind of support we gave this film when we were in Cannes. And I remember the expectation. And I remember that everybody, government, Lagos, federal, everybody, we were all behind the film. But nobody actually did their research to know who owns what stake in the film. We didn't put budget. We didn't put budget on the film as Nigerians, but we carry it on our head, which is good because, of course, we have to. It's ours, so we must push it. But then, when the owners of the film came, they removed the shock and said the film is representing the UK in Oscars. Then we were all asking questions. This internet gave people the freedom to just say a lot of, but it's important that, all of these young people, that we need to like find a way to enlighten and, groom them to, if you haven't been out or if you're not doing things in the international space when it comes to film, you probably will be, getting things wrong because you just pick something online, you're wrong with it. Filmmaking is one of the most difficult um, um, job or industry in the world. Not to now talk of selling the film, right? So I never said YouTube is the future, but I think YouTube is the biggest platform for young people and for people who really want to run solo and you don't want gatekeepers. Go there, open your channel, push your content, and that's it.
Thank you very much. Bisala, do we have some questions?
Okay, for everyone who was just engrossed in listening to what Mr. Kunle Afolayan had to say, you can please scan the QR code and send in your questions. But we do have a question here, and it goes thus. Mr. Kunle, you are an ambassador for African tradition and culture. As your films and other ventures demonstrate, why do you think our films don't have a greater international audience? Even the screenings abroad seem to be populated by Nigerians in diaspora. Same with Netflix audience.
Is that it?
That's the question.
Okay, so we actually do. We shot at Anikolapo the film 2021. It's top number one most watched non-English film on Netflix globally. So what do we mean local content? You should clap for that. I mean, Mbino mini. And that was the first. This is a film, the first 2 weeks did 8 million views, on Netflix globally. What more can we ask for? But it's not just about the language. It's not just about the clothes. It's not just about, no, it must be everything encompasses in terms of cultural values. And if we do that, I mean, the film will travel. What's it called? The book, Black Book, also top number one. It's an African film, globally. I'm not sure that we have. I'm not sure about South Africa or Kenya because those are the people who are doing. South Africa is doing like not even up to the number, but they get more budget from Netflix. But I'm not sure if any of their film, maybe one or two, have done what our films are, and our budgets are even minimal, right? But put the right ingredients. It's like cooking a soup. You put the right ingredients and the right push, and our film will touch. And I go on Netflix now and look at the number of indigenous Nigerian films that you see there and look at the numbers. So we're there, but we need to get it right. And getting it right was part of what you said. Collaboration is one of it. But then it's not just about money. I always frown at people who have opportunity, like you have money, but you go and make bad film. Because everybody just feel, oh, my name is, they want to create a name and there's nothing wrong with that, but get the right team behind you and all. And I feel that, the future is right there in our palms.
Okay, we have one more question. Mr. Afolayan, when exactly are you coming back to cinema?
Hello, Berry. Who is asking? So I can give I'll come back if Kene and Okpe can say to me, look at the gimmick she has left. See what they did. They want to release a film in December, your film that you are in. They have announced in January. Èmi ò rí rẹ̀ rí. But my point really is, I just need like, I'll make you amazing film. I'll make look at that Nicolakwa, and this is not anything. We released just a screenshot, a screen grab of the series. I did that like 2 weeks ago. I posted it, and it was as if people have been starved of good content. You see why you need me, Kenny? The whole world went boom because they haven't seen, anything from us in a while. So I'm really, this year, if there's a collaboration, we can make a great film, and then we go to cinema. But we won't dance. That's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
very much.
Yeah,
Thank you very
so
much,
Thank
Eshe.
you. Pictures, please. Please give him a round of applause, Mr. Kunle Afolayan. They refer to him as Martin Scorsese, but he's our Kunle Afolayan.